Hidden inside the alien vessel, 12-year-old Caleb Green woke in a sterile cage, surrounded by unfamiliar blue and grey creatures, still screaming the silent scream he began when the extraterrestrials had ripped him from his bedroom in the middle of the Idaho night. The same night walk he had taken 1,000,000 times had turned into an ambush that would forever shatter his understanding of Earth's solitude. The beings spoke in whispers, not realizing they'd kidnapped a true human from Earth, a child now determined to make these arrogant Nigian live to regret this abduction. "You did what?" Tycho roared. "You stole the first intelligent life we've ever found from some backwater called Earth?" Sagan waved a scaly hand. "Those primitives will never leave their solar system. If they noticed at all, they'd think the child wandered off or got eaten by predators. No, this is how we leap forward 1,000 years in Nigian science, with controlled experiments on a real human." "And what happens when it escapes? You've read the Earth transmissions we've translated. These humans are obsessed with UFO conspiracies and government alien cover-ups. The human homeworld cannot discover what we've done." Sagan snorted. "That's the point of the secrecy. Our colleagues are too timid to ever approve this. But imagine, Tycho, just imagine if we could be the ones to finally crack the mysteries of this species, to publish first on human potential. Nobody would question our methods once we present the results." Tycho sighed. "Fine, but look here, Sagan," he cautioned as they approached the holding cell. "We need this kept secret. No transmissions, nothing. This entire project depends on you keeping things contained and quiet. One escaped human child could mean an interstellar war." The two Nigian clicked off the final corridor lock. Neither could imagine the chaos that one supposedly helpless human child, angry and alone, was about to unleash upon their unsuspecting ship. Sagan and Tycho entered the holding cell, the door hissing shut behind them. To their surprise, the human child sat cross-legged on the simple bed, his blue eyes meeting theirs with an unsettling calm. Sagan cleared his throat. "Hello there, young one. I am Sagan, and this is my colleague Tycho. We mean you no harm. We simply wish to learn about your fascinating species and culture." Caleb tilted his head. "Why did you take me from my home?" Well," Sagan glanced at Tycho. "We were so excited to finally meet a real human, we may have acted a bit rashly. But you are our honored guest. We will return you home as soon as we finish our studies. In the meantime, is there anything we can get you to make your stay more comfortable?" The boy considered this. "I want to learn about you too. What's your planet like? How does your technology work?" As Sagan happily launched into an overview of Nigian society, Tycho watched the human child with growing unease. Caleb listened intently, asking insightful follow-up questions that demonstrated a quick grasp of complex concepts. "So if you calculate the quantum flux using Zorba's theorem, you could theoretically boost your engine efficiency by 23%, Caleb mused. Both scientists stared at him. "How did you know that?" Tycho demanded. "Even Nigian physics students struggled with quantum flux calculations." Caleb shrugged. "It's obvious, isn't it? Oh, and your universal translator has a bug in its declension algorithm. That's why it keeps confusing your past and future verb tenses." Sagan's eyes shone with excitement, but Tycho felt a chill run down his spine. No child should be this advanced. What else was the human capable of? Clearing his throat, Tycho stood. "This has been a most illuminating discussion. We will let you get some rest now." "Wait!" Caleb called as they turned to leave. "Can't you stay longer? I have so many more questions." "We will return soon," Sagan assured him. "In the meantime, use this console to access our educational archives. I suspect you will find them quite engaging." As the door slid shut behind them, Sagan grinned at Tycho. "Incredible, isn't he? Imagine what we could learn from this human." "Indeed," Tycho murmured, but his thoughts were troubled. Had they unleashed something beyond their ability to control? In the days that followed, Sagan and Tycho put Caleb through a battery of physical tests in the ship's specialized training facilities. The room was a marvel of Nigian engineering, designed to assess the capabilities of various alien species they had encountered over the years. It was filled with obstacle courses, climbing walls, mazes, and puzzles that tested strength, agility, problem-solving, and adaptability. Caleb approached each challenge with a grin, his eyes sparkling with excitement. He scaled the climbing wall swiftly, his small hands and feet finding holds that even Nigerian adults struggled with. He navigated the mazes with ease, seeming to intuit the correct path after only a few wrong turns. And the puzzles that often took Nigerian scientists hours to solve? Caleb cracked them in minutes, his nimble mind working through the complex logic with startling speed. Sagan watched in awe, his excitement growing with each successful test. Tycho, however, couldn't shake his unease. This child was displaying abilities far beyond what they had anticipated. What did this mean for their understanding of human potential? During a break in the testing, as Caleb gulped down water and caught his breath, Sagan struck up a conversation. "You're incredibly skilled at these challenges, Caleb. Is this type of activity common for human children?" Caleb shrugged. "Kind of. It reminds me of the games I play with my friends back home. We do a lot of parkour." "Parkour?" Sagan asked, unfamiliar with the term. "What's that?" "It's like an obstacle course, but in the city," Caleb explained. "We run and jump and climb on buildings and stuff. It's super fun." Tycho frowned. "That sounds extremely dangerous. Why would you engage in such risky behavior?" "I mean, yeah, you can get hurt if you're not careful. But that's part of it, you know? Pushing yourself, testing your limits. When you pull off a tough move, it feels amazing, like you can do anything." Sagan leaned forward, intrigued. "So it's not just play, but also a way to build confidence and overcome challenges?" Caleb nodded. "Exactly. And it's not just me and my friends. Lots of humans do it all over the world. It's a whole thing." Tycho and Sagan exchanged a glance. If what Caleb said was true, his abilities might not be an anomaly, but rather a hint at the untapped potential of the human species. The implications were staggering. Eager to further explore the depths of Caleb's mind, Sagan and Tycho led the boy into a dimly lit chamber filled with Nigerian art. Abstract paintings hung on the walls, their vibrant colors swirling in mesmerizing patterns. Complex musical compositions played softly in the background, the alien melodies weaving an intricate tapestry of sound. Caleb's eyes widened as he took in the unfamiliar yet captivating works. He approached a particularly striking painting, tilting his head as he studied the bold brushstrokes. "This reminds me of Impressionism," he remarked. "The way the colors blend and the shapes are suggested rather than defined. It's like the artist is capturing a fleeting moment, a feeling, rather than a literal representation." Sagan's brow furrowed. "Impressionism, is that a human art movement?" Caleb nodded. "Yeah, it started in the late 19th century. Artists like Monet and Renoir broke away from traditional painting techniques to focus on light and color. They wanted to capture the changing qualities of the natural world." Tycho, who had always dismissed art as a waste of time, found himself intrigued. "And humans find value in this type of abstract expression?" "Definitely," Caleb said. "Art isn't just about making something pretty. It's a way to communicate ideas and emotions that words can't always express. It can be a powerful tool for social change, too." Sagan leaned forward. "How so?" "Well, take music, for example," Caleb explained. "Jazz, which is an American music genre, originated in African-American communities as a way to express their experiences and struggles. It was a form of resistance against oppression and a celebration of their culture." The boy walked over to a display of Nigerian musical instruments, running his fingers along the strange curved surfaces. Throughout history, art has been used to protest injustice, to give voice to the marginalized, and to imagine new possibilities. It has the power to bring people together and inspire them to action. Tycho shook his head in wonder. "I had no idea art could serve such a profound purpose. On Nigeria, it is seen as little more than decoration or entertainment." Caleb smiled. "That's the thing about art. It can be whatever you need it to be, a source of comfort, a catalyst for change, a way to make sense of the world. It's an essential part of what makes us human." As the conversation lulled, Sagan and Tycho exchanged a glance heavy with unspoken implications. The more they learned about the complexity and depth of human culture, the more they began to question the wisdom of their actions. What would be the consequences of tearing this child away from a species capable of such profound thought and expression? And what would happen if their secret was discovered? The weight of their choices hung heavy in the air as they contemplated the incredible being before them, a child who embodied the very best of humanity's potential. As Sagan and Tycho hunched over their data pads, preparing to present their groundbreaking findings on Caleb to the Nigerian scientific community, a sudden commotion erupted outside the laboratory. Tycho looked up, his brow furrowed. "What in the name of Nigeria is going on out there?" Before Sagan could respond, the door burst open, revealing a group of human diplomats led by a tall, imposing woman with piercing green eyes. She strode into the room, her gaze locked on the two Nigerian scientists. "I am Ambassador Eliza Russo of Earth," she declared, her voice ringing with authority. "We know you have abducted one of our children, and we demand his immediate release." Sagan's eyes widened, his heart pounding in his chest. He stepped forward, his hands raised in a placating gesture. "Ambassador Russo, please, let me explain. Our intentions were purely scientific. We believed that studying Caleb could lead to groundbreaking discoveries that would benefit both our species." Russo's eyes flashed with anger. "Spare me your excuses, Sagan. The unauthorized abduction of a child is a violation of intergalactic law and a grievous offense against humanity. There will be severe consequences if you do not comply with our demands." As tensions mounted, the door to Caleb's holding cell slid open, and the boy emerged, his blue eyes taking in the scene before him. He approached the group, his steps steady and measured. "Ambassador Russo," he said, his voice calm and clear, "I appreciate your efforts to secure my release, and I do want to return home. But I also believe that this experience, as difficult as it has been, can serve as a starting point for understanding and cooperation between our species." Russo's expression softened as she looked at the boy, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Caleb, your bravery and wisdom are truly remarkable. I promise you, we will do everything in our power to ensure your safe return and to prevent anything like this from happening again." Caleb turned to Sagan and Tycho, his gaze steady. "I know your actions were misguided, but I also believe they came from a place of curiosity and a desire for knowledge. Let us use this moment as an opportunity to learn from one another and to build a bridge between our worlds." Sagan felt a lump form in his throat as he listened to the boy's words. He stepped forward, his head bowed in contrition. "Caleb, Ambassador Russo, I cannot begin to express my deepest apologies for the pain and distress I have caused. My actions were inexcusable, and I pledge to do everything in my power to make amends and to work towards a future of understanding and cooperation between our species." As Caleb prepared to leave with the human diplomats, Sagan and Tycho stood in silence, the weight of their actions hanging heavy in the air. They knew that the road ahead would be challenging, that they would have to face the consequences of their decisions and work tirelessly to rebuild the trust they had shattered. But as they watched the boy walk away, his head held high, they also felt a glimmer of hope. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.